What up, everyone? Welcome to the Comic Cave. It's your boy Russ, and I got a special guest in the building with me today. We're going to be talking about some anime along with his music and what else he kind of gets into. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick, bro?
What's up? What's up? Go by Abstract the God. What's up? Young Sage of Third Ward.
So, Abstract, you mind if I just call you Abstract and shorten it up a little bit? Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Because it's a lot to say, bro. It's a mouthful, but a dope name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've gotten to work with you a little bit in the past. We definitely need to work some more. I wanted to bring you onto the show because, man, you dropped a song that had some anime influence within it, and then your style, bro, is like definitely, I feel like it's comic influence, anime influence and stuff.
Yeah,
I want to talk about it a little bit, but you're a very unique individual, very dope in the music, got a lot of vibes and stuff. So I'm definitely excited to have you on. Thank
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Just jumping right on into it. What anime are you into? Are you into anime? You into comics, American comics? What's kind of your forte?
So I say anime is probably like my main thing overall. Still, of course, get into the comics, DC and Marvel.
Right.
But I say like anime is definitely one of my main inspirations.
So what is your favorite anime then?
That's always hard. It's like anytime. So what's your favorite one? My favorite one, at least right now, has to be One Piece.
One Piece
now.
at the moment, really?
Yeah.
Man, that thing's ongoing. That's long, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you was a One Piece fan.
Oh, heck yeah, bro.
Okay.
Side note, Luffy is actually a Taurus, and so am I. So I'm like, I can relate to it big time.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, no, honestly, bro, I was keeping up with One Piece for a while. I fell off around, I think it's Thriller Bark, where Brook isn't. Is that when he was introduced?
Yeah.
So I read a little bit past that, and then I started falling off. That was like way back, bro. Like at this point, because they're on chapter 998 or something like that now. They're almost at 1,000. I see, because I read off the Shonen Jump app, and like I still see them pop up every now and then. I'm like, dang, those numbers are getting up there.
You gotta give them credit. Like they started at the same time when Naruto and Bleach were coming out, and they're still going on.
And they never even stopped like Naruto, and then Boruto picked up, and Dragon Ball picking back up with Super and stuff.
Right?
Like, they just stayed through. I definitely give Oda, the writer, credit, man. He's the way that he does not just his character development, but like his world building, and like each of the islands is like its own world and its own.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? But like they all have like their own economy. Like they all have like their own structure and like way of life. It's crazy. It's just the way that he's been able to build this universe. I definitely respect to people who are into it and being able to keep up with it, because that's like not just long, but like it's a long time for like certain things to even pay off. Like
yeah. I mean, dude, Oda is a genius. Like you said, the way he built the world, like just about every single main character has some type of backstory where at least like some type of person can relate, and just the way he puts things out is like. Really, from the ancient weapons to actually figuring out what the D means.
I'm not familiar with much of the ancient weapons
stuff. I don't want to spoil it too much. Not too much. It's like just.
Do you read it or do you just mostly watch?
So I mostly watch. I think I'm like 2 or 3 episodes behind the current up to date one. I haven't honestly read it in a good moment. I used to read it a lot back when I was first starting out into it, but when I finally got into the anime, I'm like, okay. But
nah, I've seen I've mostly read it back in the day, but I've definitely seen, as far as like the animation goes and stuff, they've really correlated some of that animation really well, and like some of the scenes are actually, I feel, even more impactful within the anime than they were even in the manga. Like it's really good team on that one. Not Funimation, Shueisha. The Shueisha are they over that, or Viz? Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different teams that do different stuff, but yeah, the Funimation, they do the American dub. I don't know if they do the Japanese. Whatever. Team is dope. Like they do a good job.
Right.
Getting all mixed up myself. So I also know that you were into Death Note, because I saw you the song that I remember seeing had some Death Note references and stuff.
Yeah.
Just in general, how does the anime and stuff influence your music? Is it, and not just your music, it seems like, your style and like your lifestyle as well and stuff. So how exactly have you taken that influence and have it help help your art. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just like the way I look at anime, it's like it's literally just what if world, I suppose. Like what if there was like literally a world of pirates, a world of ninjas and whatnot. Just seeing like someone's own creative world that they built, and just seeing like the different, even from like you said, the fashion, the different styles, and like even going into Death Note. Like the main idea is basically whose sense of justice is right. And even in my song Only I also have a music video for that as well. It's like
we're gonna link all of his stuff down below for sure.
I say yeah, definitely please check me out. Appreciate all the love, and just like even at the end you'll catch like the Death Note, because there's gonna be a story plot behind this. Just Only I is the first music video to a series actually. So it's actually gonna tell a small story. So kind of like creative. At the end of Only I, like you actually see me dead and someone throwing the Death Note just on my corpse and whatnot. So the next video is actually gonna expand a bit more about that. So it's basically like who killed.
When's the next video
Abstract.
coming out?
That's a TBA. That's a TBA and whatnot. But like I said, yeah, still got songs. Like songs cool, are just about written out. Just have to get them done. Already still doing the treatment as we speak. So literally, it's all gonna come like into the vision.
You already got it in the works and stuff. Just
yes,
not
sir.
Dang, no, that's really freaking creative. It's that's mind blowing. My bad. So talk about your fashion a little bit. I'm sorry, because did you make this yourself? The jacket.
So the jacket was actually two different ones. I did add more color to the top one, but all I did was just cut the bottom jacket in half, added to the first one. Just simple,
no way.
Yeah, just simple stitch and sew.
Okay, yeah.
And literally, like I was saying, like anime.
You can sew and everything, bro.
Bro, props to my girlfriend, Crystal Surreal. Like she
helped you with it.
Man, she's amazing. Like when it comes to just fashion, when it comes to like even even just like makeup and whatnot. We were even discussing different things because she's definitely gonna help me with the music video as well. Okay. So she
helps the direction of some of your stuff. She's like the director to it.
Well, basically, yeah. She's the one that helps me literally detail. I'm like, okay, you want this there, you want this there. I'm like, can we take that out? It's like if you do this, like literally biggest help in the world. But even still, like when it comes to the fashion, like. Because she even noticed how I take a lot of the inspiration
from that stuff.
And so it's literally just combining like, okay, if I see this on an anime, what's my take from it? What can I do with that? Like, I say, if anything, like what I have now, this coat, because like I said, I also go by the Sage as well, kind of the wizard.
Yeah, I've seen your Instagram.
Literally the Sage or third ward, because just even the way I dress, when I have my black fedora on, I have my coat on. It's like then I have the Death Note in one hand. You have a swagger of your own,
bro, for real.
Bro,
that's pretty dope.
I appreciate it, man. Literally just doing me, being me as best as possible.
Yeah, I feel like not enough people. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just I feel this way because it's our generation. But like when we were younger, it wasn't necessarily cool to be into anime or comics and stuff in general. And like, now like most of my wardrobe is comic or anime related stuff. And like my socks, my shirts, my hat and the pins and everything. And it's a good feeling to be able to see somebody be able to actually just be themselves now. And it's looked at as being cooler now too, or so to speak.
You gotta admit, as one of the people who actually started watching anime from day one, it's like when everyone started catching into Naruto, we're like, now y'all hit the wave now.
So you did you watch Naruto back when it was in Japanese before it came out in America? So did you get torrents on it, or how'd you get into that?
So when I started watching Naruto, even One Piece, Bleach, a whole bunch of other anime, it was me, my little brother, my best friend Greg. Hence, like we were all three of us from Third Ward. Instead of Anna and Eddie, it was Greg, Craig, and Cameron, bro. Like that was the crew right there. But every single weekend we go over to my best friend Greg's house, watch anime, pizza. Literally, that's how like we started all of them.
It's always the friends that get you into it. For me, it was when I was in like kindergarten, my first exposure was Dragon Ball, because I would go over to a couple of my best friends' house and their dad was super into Dragon Ball. Yeah. And I didn't have cable or anything like that, but they would be watching it on. I don't even know if it was cable. It might have been. It was definitely before it even got on to like Toonami, because Dragon Ball basically like saved Toonami. To be honest, they almost went under, and then Dragon Ball came in and made it popular. That's real. Before that, It was on, I forget what channel it was. It's almost like Fox or something like that. I can't remember for sure.
Dang, I remember Kids WB.
Oh,
I remember
they had a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, Fox did have something because I remember Kirby TMNT being on there. Yeah. I do remember that.
So that was like my first exposure, and then there was another three brothers that I met when I was in like about the third grade. I'm terrible with ages. I remember everything by grade.
Yeah.
But when I was about third grade, I met these guys. I'm still friends with these guys to this day, and they're the ones that showed me Naruto before it came out in America when it was in Japanese. They showed me Gurren Lagann and like just opened my world, bro. Like at a very young age with it. Before that, I was just super into Batman and then the American stuff. But then anime is like, I don't want to say it's better because I definitely love my American stuff.
Yeah.
But it's nice that most of those stories, other than One Piece and Dragon Ball, they have like an ending. Like there's a full arc and like they actually end and you can go pick up something.
Don't ask Oda what an ending is. He's not gonna know.
Bro, no, he's like, apparently he's changed his ending. Like people have guessed it in the past and he's like, oh no, that's not it. At least not anymore. Like, he like goes back and writes something new.
I definitely feel that. It keeps people guessing. You always want to keep people wanting more.
Supposedly he's known what his ending was going to be since like he started though, and that's just a long time. It's over 20 years. Like, so what are you into now? What's the modern stuff?
So like I said, just watching different anime, like even on the range of Death Note. There's another anime called Mirai Nikki. I believe it's called Future Diary in English, but it's been out for a good moment, but that's always been one of my favorites. Little blood curdling, I won't lie, but the idea behind it is basically like survival game, Hunger Games type of thing, where certain people have a cell phone that can tell the future. Their object of the game is to eliminate each other. Winner gets to become God, more or less. But,
that's interesting.
And like inside that's
story,
the other thing,
like, man. Anime and manga, they come up with some like crazy ideas. Like it's definitely out there. Where do you watch it on? Do you find it online? Funimation,
Crunchyroll.
Gotcha.
What's that? Kids anime. My friend told me about.
I'm familiar with that.
I must say, that's how. Like, I definitely watch One Piece on there to see the new recent ones. Mostly Crunchyroll. I've seen Hulu has some good ones.
Hulu,
actually.
They have My Hero, and then Netflix has some of their own originals.
Yeah,
pretty good. You seen any of those?
So I did see the 7 Deadly Sins. I haven't finished it. I still need to watch this last season, but I was pretty impressed with 7 Deadly Sins.
I like. I haven't finished it myself. I've seen parts of it. I really like. Why is my mind going blank on me? The dude of Pride, you know who I'm talking about, the one that everybody likes. Big, swole. Well, he starts off skinny. He's like a bartender.
I know exactly what you're talking about too. The lion sin.
The sin of pride or whatever. Strong dude. Escanor.
Yeah, there we go.
And his fight scenes are incredible. Some of the stuff. Just personally, I haven't really gotten into that. I haven't really gotten into Attack on Titan. And it's just mostly because I'm just not normally into the how do you say it, the medieval kind of like castle and stuff.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I've recently gotten into Black Clover, and Black Clover's dope. I'm still on season 1, but I'm watching that one currently. And then I just finished the first season of this one show called Rise of the Shield Hero.
Okay. I've seen it. I've always passed it up. I have not given it a watch just yet.
First season was actually pretty good. What got me into those, and those are some medieval styled shows. I'm not normally, like I said, into that stuff, but Rise of the Shield Hero is actually pretty interesting. It's about a dude who gets sucked into this medieval world, him and like 3 other heroes. So there's the shield hero, the sword hero, the bow hero, and the spear hero. Pretty sure that's what it is. And nobody likes the shield hero at first because apparently it's the hero that has like no abilities, can't really do much, whatever. So all the other 3 heroes, the people of the nation look up to them more. It's interesting because all of the heroes are pulled from other universes, and they're like literally other realities. So like they all get pulled from like Japan, but it's like a Japan where they won World War II, or a Japan where like different things happen.
Really?
And they get pulled into this one universe and they have to save this medieval world from these invasions. Very, very Oblivion style stuff. As far as, and like each of the heroes has like a version of this world is like either a video game or something like that from their home world. So the three other heroes, they were all familiar with the world and the story that they just got sucked into, and the shield hero wasn't familiar with it at all, so he was at like a huge disadvantage. I'm going way too much into detail on this at the moment.
I'm definitely gonna check it out now. That's intriguing.
It's interesting, and he what really got me into it was it's like the first anime or comic related thing in general where I was legit wondering after each episode, oh crap, how is he going to get out of this now? Normally I'm not like that, suspense doesn't really get me, or I'm just like, oh, the hero's going to win or like whatever. But I'm sitting here like everything for the first like more than half of the first season, everything is going against the shield hero, and I'm getting mad for him. I'm like, these motherfuckers ain't listening. Like this dude ain't do nothing wrong. Everybody hating. Like how is he going to get out of this? Everything's going against him. And by the end of the first season, he rises and becomes like a really good hero. And like now, second season I think is coming out in 2021 sometime. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I don't know, interesting.
That's a bet, because I like stories that like we already know about, like plot armor and whatnot. Right, it's just good to see different animes that really just, like you said with the shield hero, just kind of go against the grain.
Right. He didn't. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Like there wasn't really much plot armor. Like literally everything was going against him. Maybe that is what like really kind of dragged me to. I didn't even think about it like that. That's right on, bro.
Right. Because that's actually what got me into Black Clover. It's like, because I admit when I initially saw that, kind of like even how I saw My Hero a bit, I saw it kind of like Naruto a bit, because I'm like, okay, the underdog, we know about that story, the one who's a bit different, but just like how to see they're gonna twist and turn that now. Yeah,
Black Clover, I really did get Naruto vibes from it. The way you're saying, like the character's just super loud and like kind of obnoxious and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like it. Like what's his name? Asta, I think.
Asta, right?
Yeah. No, it's they're funny. But yeah, no, man, you just blowing my mind. Like everything kind of going against them. It's not the norm of like, oh well, we know it's gonna work out for him.
Yeah, it's like for Naruto, it's like he was kind of set up to succeed just because he was like a chosen one. So to speak, just because of the effort like his mom and dad put in, the fact that he is related to the Sage of Six Paths and all that. So him and Sasuke were destined for greatness.
Right.
Like My Hero, what's his name?
Deku?
Yeah, like he was, I would say he was a bit more against the grain, because he actually didn't have a quirk. And not to say I think that was just rare. Like certain people didn't have quirks, but not everybody got a quirk. Yeah,
no, it was like by the time that he was born, it was over 80% of the population has quirks, but it was like a lower percentage didn't. So he wasn't the only one. But just to be able to get his own power, develop it. And I'm reading the manga, and it's like it's ahead of the anime. Anime's catching up though. I feel like I want to say by the fifth season's coming out in 2021. I think it's spring 2021, and it's they're catching up. The anime is catching up to the manga. You know, that's normally how it works. Animes catch up, and they kind of like leapfrog each other, and like they got to stop. The anime will have to stop for a little while, and the manga will have to like get ahead or something. Or you can have a Full Metal Alchemist freaking storyline where they just diverge and go completely different directions.
That itself, like Full Metal definitely has to, if not in top 5, at least top 10. Like
that's one of your top 10?
Yeah.
Good question. What's your top 10?
Dang. So, okay. It's not in any like real like particular order, but yeah. I know Full Metal's definitely up there. One Piece is definitely up there. I'll give it to Death Note as well.
Full Metal, One Piece, Death Note. Okay.
If we're talking like, so this anime you might have heard it called Magi. I don't think it's a Netflix original, but I know
it's on Netflix.
Okay. I think it's like Magi 1, Magi 2, but instead of medieval, it's basically based in kind of the kind of like just a desert type of thing where the main character, his name is Aladdin, and what he basically kind of summons a genie, but it's literally Aladdin in an anime type of realm.
Okay,
and
okay.
It has stuff to do with magic as well,
Yeah.
different types of armors, different types of fighting. Hero named Sinbad, actually. So
Okay.
so it's when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is actually pretty good. Like, I'd say it's kind of still in the league of it.
I'm missing my pen. Help me remember this stuff at the end. I'm gonna write this stuff down.
I got you. Like when I say anime, like that is a real different inspiration. Like the different types of anime, the different types of things that you'll see, like it will inspire you. I always, especially if you're an artist, any of my friends that are artists, they know I always encourage them to watch different types of anime. It'll give you different ideas, different brainstorming ideas, different ways to think about things. Let me finish your question.
You gave me 4.
Dang.
You got 6 more, bro.
Dang. Okay. See, the problem, I have all these in mind. I'm trying to pick them out. Like,
no,
which
I get
one?
it, because it's honestly, this is how I am with music. Is people ask you who's your favorite artist, and it's like
it's the same problem.
it's what am I into in that moment, because it changes, and then like I might go back and then start getting into an artist that I was into before later on, and then I might get into somebody else, and it's just all about being in the moment. But in this moment, what are your next 6?
So okay. So there's another one actually I saw on Hulu. I've always passed it up. I finally gave it a watch. It's called Jumangan. It's a bit difficult to spell.
Dropping some new names on me. Right?
When I saw this one, I'm like, how do I even pronounce this? Then they said in anime. I'm like, okay. So it's have you heard of one? Well, another one actually kind of related called Black Lagoon.
I've heard of Black Lagoon. I hadn't seen that one
Black
yet.
Lagoon is like, it's pretty badass.
For real, okay.
So main character basically was a business worker, whatnot, gets stolen by pirates, ends up becoming the part of the crew. They go on different adventures, more or less. It's pretty dope, pretty badass. So I encourage that one. And Jumangan is still kind of a bit more, still kind of like Black Lagoon, in which case it's like more, guns than like actual superpowers and everything. Okay. But like it's definitely like a good look. Different types of, basically a weapons dealer in Jumangan has her entire crew. One of them's like from the military, another one is a bombing expert, and the newest addition is this kid who's, he's a military kid and whatnot, so he knows what the hell he's doing.
So he's like the strategist. Almost. Okay.
Basically, yeah. Now the weapon dealer, like her brother's a weapon dealer, and she's selling weapons for world peace. So interesting, right? Okay. Yeah.
I would like to see how that works.
Exactly. I don't want to spoil the ending. Her way.
So it's already over?
Yeah.
Okay. So
the anime is already done technically. Honestly, I like rewatching it just because I like the ideas of it. But like the way she decides to end things it's interesting, and it'll make you think.
Yeah. Okay. I like those. It's a psychological kind of deal. All right, how many did you just give me?
So that was 2 more. So I think that's 6.
So you got 4 more.
So 4 more. Dang. I haven't even finished this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Gangsta.
Okay.
So that one I'll actually include with Black Lagoon and Jumangan. It's no real powers as well. More still kind of like slide shooting stuff. But so basically there are certain people. Well, I guess a little bit of superpower. There are certain people who are called tags, and they're just a bit more incredibly strong than normal people.
Okay.
Forget
higher potential or something.
Basically, yeah. And so there's 2 main characters. One guy who's, you could say he was kind of royalty and whatnot, decided to leave his family. The other one is a tag. They're basically best friends, more or less, grew with each other, and he's a bit, you could say even a bit autistic and whatnot, a bit just to himself, but he's a tag, and if I remember right, like a high level tag, so he's pretty strong himself.
Okay.
Forget what like the major actual plot is. I still got to finish it myself, but that one's a dope one. I think I got 3 more, so 3 more down final stretch. Dang. Sheesh.
Favorites of all times. You don't have to pick a new one.
All time. I mean, dang, I already said Mira Nikki. You know what?
You ever seen, I'm going to help you out a little bit just because I'm also curious.
Yeah,
you ever seen Samurai Champloo?
So, I did see Samurai Champloo. Of course, if someone hasn't watched Samurai Champloo or Afro Samurai for that matter, y'all need to watch those. Like, y'all need to watch those.
Along the lines of like Cowboy Bebop and like the style and stuff.
And see, I'll go ahead and say Cowboy. Well, matter of fact, I'll give the third spot a tie between Cowboy Bebop and Trigun.
Okay. Trigun is good too. Yeah. Not Shampoo. Cowboy Bebop, supposedly they picked up a live action series. I can't remember if it's coming to...
Oh, I did hear something about that.
I can't remember if it's coming to Netflix or not. Which Netflix has butchered some live action anime stuff. They did.
That's a, if a real anime fan, that's a sensitive topic.
Bros, so I already know Death Note, they butchered that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with Mob Psycho 100, but they did a live action version of that.
What?
It's, bro, I just found out about it myself like a week ago. Yeah. It's bad, bro. Like, it's really, really bad.
Wait, no, I did not know that. Wait.
So hopefully they don't butcher it any more than that.
And
live action stuff has been coming around.
I unfortunately saw the Avatar Last Airbender when they made it into real life, and I unfortunately saw it in theaters.
You wasted your money.
Oh man, waste my money.
That's alright. I saw Dragon Ball Evolution in theaters, bro.
Man, when I saw that, I'm like, no, I
was
can't.
so mad, bro. At the end, freaking giving Piccolo putting a rag on his head like he had a fever. I was just like, what the? Even back then, I was mad at that, bro. Like, so the garbage that they did. But I think it's actually on the note. You still got to give me two more, by the way.
Yeah,
but on the note of live action stuff, I think Sony signed a deal and they're going to start doing live action films, and the first one that they were planning on doing is One Punch Man. So I'm like on the fence about this. Like, on the one hand, it's cool. It's a big budget industry.
Like One Punch Man, honestly, I can see a bit more than a lot of the other ones they did. Like, at least for One Punch Man, like,
it's still gonna be a lot of CGI.
Yeah.
And I just don't want them to butcher it, and I'm hoping that, like, they just don't take that creative control and just mess it up. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's kind of giving me hope is, I know that Godzilla, the second one, wasn't good. The first one, other than Godzilla being like obese, wasn't bad. Like, as far as like our American transition of a Japanese, not comic, but piece of media. And then I'm looking forward to Godzilla versus Kong. I think that's gonna be pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
So that type of stuff is giving me some hope for the anime stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. It should give me hope.
I get that.
I hope that we don't take too many liberties. Like, we definitely took too many liberties with Dragon Ball, putting Goku in high school and stuff, and like,
yeah. See, I didn't watch Dragon Ball Evolution, but I heard of it, and when someone is telling me,
oh, bro, it's so like, bad. You're not missing. Don't even go back and watch it. Like,
well, so I did finally think of the two more. So
what you two?
So I say the ninth, probably No Game No Life. That one,
okay, I'm
pretty interesting. So
you've given me like four that I need to go look
up. So No Game No Life. I mean, pretty simple yet interesting. It's like, you remember when you were playing like the arcade games and whatnot, you would see someone has like a high score and it was blank.
Yeah.
So this is literally supposedly a two siblings saying it's blank. One is, well, both of them are very smart in their own way. One more number smart, you could say. The other one more life smart.
Straight smart versus. Okay, got you.
But they're siblings, so they're working like really
Tandem.
good. Yep.
Got you. Okay.
So just imagine basically them being thrown into a game world where everything, including laws, are done by games. No matter what type of game, everybody, whoever is in the game has to put up something for grabs and whatnot.
Okay.
And so it's basically just different ways of doing things. They play.
What is this on?
I think it should be on Hulu actually.
On Hulu? Okay.
Yeah.
No Game No Life.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, a lot of anime fans are probably waiting for. We're still waiting on a season 2 for it because it gets pretty intense. It's literally just a game, but just the way they're doing it, it's like.
How many episodes do you know in season 1? I'm just curious.
I say like not even that many, like maybe 15 around there.
And the average I feel is like around 24-ish.
That's why I say like a lot of us are waiting for a season 2. They did make a movie you know how like when they make movies for anime, it's like it's not canon with the story, but it gives you more information about it. Yeah, so it's something based along that line.
So they came out with a movie. Okay, dope. So it got enough popularity. All right. You got one more.
So I'll say my last one is Steins Gate.
Okay, I heard Steins Gate before. I haven't watched that one yet either. So you've given me a total, I think, of like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch.
Yeah. See, Steins Gate is more psychological. It's basically like if you really had a time machine, if you made a time machine, what would you do? But like what would happen if it backfired as well?
So like, as in like you change something in time and then it messes up your own life?
And basically yes,
Okay.
but instead of even just messing up your own life, it like because you change the future, certain people die.
Okay, yeah.
So trying to get back
Flashpoint,
into it.
if you're familiar with Flashpoint.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, so like Flash goes back into the past, he saves his mother, but when he comes back to present day, his mother's alive, but the Amazons are at war with the Atlanteans. Bruce Wayne is dead instead of his parents being dead, and his Thomas Wayne becomes Batman.
Yeah, okay.
Like, the world is basically in shambles, pretty much, just because he went back and saved
See,
his
that's
mom.
the thing with Flash. He goes back and forth through time. Like I got confused about like which universe was really his. I'm like,
well, no, basically, Flashpoint's what started. I want to say, I'm sorry, geeks, if I get this wrong, but New 52. So, and then the New 52 got retconned with, see, now my mind's gonna go blank with me. DC did several reboots all at once. So it was New 52, and I want to say Rebirth, and then, now my mind's going blank. They did a bunch of stuff, but Flash created basically the New 52, and through Flashpoint and stuff. It's in continuity, out of continuity. Yeah. Normally, what else would start like a new... a reboot in the time is like Crisis on Infinite Earths, like a crisis event is what constitutes a new continuity, or a reboot basically. So everything still technically kind of stays within continuity. You could go back far enough and say that this made this happen and everything rebooted. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Okay. X-Men is a good example of that too. Like with the movies, Days of Future Past, how that movie basically retconned all of the first X-Men films and then going into the new line of X-Men films before they got bought up by Disney.
Yeah, I first had a hard time understanding like the way they were just releasing the X-Men films. I'm like, wait, which one came first? I had to literally like look it up.
I mean,
okay,
it's X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men 3, the Phoenix one, the first Phoenix one, and then Origins. Wolverine Origins. See, now I can't fully remember. And then
First Class?
Days of Future Past and First Class? Or First Class and Days of Future Past? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But, no. I do give them respect on using a film to keep their continuity intact while also rebooting at the same time. It's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah. I mean, just the way Marvel does their films is... especially just everything they did with the Avengers, I really just like the idea.
Yeah, Feige doing his thing. Jon Favreau does a really good job with that stuff, with helping with the direction of it. And Disney definitely helped create that. What's the word? The formula. And like if it's not broke, don't fix it. Personally, I don't really like the Disney formula. Things got too repetitive. I didn't like how every movie had to be a comedy.
I did, yeah.
That's kind of an issue for me. And like, I didn't like the Thor films, but then Thor Ragnarok, like, it's like they overcompensated. I thought that the first ones were boring, and then we get into Ragnarok, and it's just nothing but a comedy. Like, every freaking scene has a joke. And I don't think that they needed to go that overboard with it. But then there's definitely hits in there. Like my favorites are probably Avengers, the first one. Love Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one.
Yeah.
And I love Doctor Strange. Those are and the first Iron Man, which kicked it all off. Those are probably my top films within the Marvel universe at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm not like a fan of Ant-Man. I could do without that. I could do. It's just personal.
Yeah, and I understand what you mean. Like, it does get repetitive for how they were doing it. I just like, if anything, the formula and the way that they decided to bring everybody out, then release this Avengers, release the next one, release the next one. Like, overall, just how they had, like, the timeline together.
Not taking anything away from them. How they structured their universe was definitely really
good. But I do understand what you mean. Yeah, like,
just formulas, like, far as how, like, the movies play out and stuff.
Yeah.
Hoping that the next phase 4 kind of like fixes some of that and they kind of change it up a little bit. Seems like they might. The Disney Plus shows really seems like they're taking different directions with that.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how that's going to work with their movies and stuff. We'll find out.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, even when it comes to Black
Panther,
you keep up
with a lot of that stuff as well.
Every now and then, it's like I always try to just keep a good eye and ear open. Just anything that like would get me brainstorming about new ideas. It's like, because even like we said, Doctor Strange, one of my favorite. It's because heroes.
Those movies that I said don't necessarily follow the same formula, in my opinion, as a lot of the other films. And the structure of like how the villain is introduced and then how they end up playing out. Doctor Strange, I felt, was like the first one in a while that really kind of broke the mold. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, really kind of broke the mold.
Yeah.
They're just unique and different films.
And see, when Netflix released the Defenders and whatnot, I say, because Jessica Jones was basically, she was basically the only one that I liked out when all of them like.
You like the second season?
See, everything kind of went downhill after the first season.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. So I agree with you. I liked the first season, Jessica Jones. I love Daredevil though. That's my favorite series.
Yeah.
And I loved the first season of Jessica Jones. I had high expectations for the second season. And bro, I'm not joking. I finally it was so slow, and I was like, man, this is so boring. And then finally it got good, and I was like, man, this is a really good episode. Everything's really picking up. And then I looked, and it was the last episode, bro. I was like, what? It didn't get good until the very last episode of me.
I was like, they tried to pick it up during the third season, but it's still like, the first season took it all.
No, the first season was really good. Probably, and in my opinion, one of the better of the Netflix seasons in general, like including the other shows as well. Iron Fist was terrible, though.
Yeah.
The acting was not good. I genuinely thought that when, what's his name? Johnny, whatever. The Iron Fist.
Johnny,
who plays, when he was getting manipulated by the villain, I legitimately, his acting was so bad in that I thought that he was just acting within the show, acting like the dude was manipulating him so that he could get the drop on him later on, and not that he was actually being manipulated and it was bad acting. Does that make sense? Like I thought that he was acting within his acting, and it was not the case. I was like, man, this believable. Bro, it was so bad. Like,
I honestly have not heard a single person that liked Iron Fist.
No. Hopefully it does come back within films or something later, now that the Netflix has passed the rights on over to back over to Disney. But Disney's got a lot of stuff in their arsenal now, a lot of characters that they're able to use.
I mean, I'm hoping they do something with Daredevil, because I remember at the end of the Defenders he was still alive, so I'm like, okay.
I want them to keep, I don't care if they keep that continuity, I want them to keep that actor, Cox. That dude is good. Like, he was a real good Daredevil. I will give Netflix that they did a really good job of casting their people, other than Iron Fist. But everybody else, Jessica Jones was on point, character-wise or actor-wise.
I'm trying to think who was what's his name? Not Luke Castle.
Luke Cage?
No. Frank Castle.
Frank Castle,
him and his matchup with Daredevil, I honestly, I wish they did a bit more of that.
Him versus Wilson Fisk in the prison.
Oh, okay,
That was my scene. Like, that was dope. And then who they picked for Wilson Fisk, like, he needs to come back. He needs to come back in the MCU. Or Sony pick him up and put him in the Spider-Man's verse and stuff. There was something else I wanted to ask you, and now my mind's going blank though. I can't remember. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you these 10 questions right here. This is something that we like to ask people at the towards the end. We are hitting close to that time, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with these. So first off, who is your favorite hero out of Anime, comics, anything.
I honestly had to give that to Luffy. We Toros just like we Mother Nature's own stubborn bulls. It's like
You see yourself within him a lot.
honestly, yeah. It's like my little brother. He honestly says I'm more Ace, his older brother, but. Honestly, I'm like Luffy's a Taurus. I
probably
feel
sees
like
that because you were his older brother.
yeah, which I totally understand because Ace was a bit more like
He's a badass, bro.
he's like, oh yeah, I'm the older brother. Yeah, you can't mess with Luffy type of shit, and that's basically how I am with my little brother. But I honestly gotta go with Luffy just because that Tauros instinct, that stubbornness is like, oh, it's like this. I'm gonna make my way.
Yeah. No, there was. I was watching somebody else's review of. Somebody who had never, this guy named Totally Not Mark. He's this YouTuber, and he normally does like Dragon Ball content, but he had never read or seen One Piece, and he just went back and read the entire series, literally caught up in the entire thing, and each arc he did a review of, and there was something he said as he was reviewing it. He does a really good job of reviewing stuff. He's got like, I don't know if he's got like a college degree in like creative writing or something, but like he breaks down the arcs like. In a college essay type way.
Yeah.
Like, really good. But he said, it's just kind of what you said, and I love it. I love the way that it's put, is the plot doesn't happen to Luffy. Luffy happens to the plot.
Basically,
so, like,
yeah.
It's his way. It's just like the way that it kind of plays out. It's hilarious.
Well, even what I was saying, like how Naruto was kind of set up, Luffy's kind of... He's kind of set up in his own way. He's a bit oblivious to it himself, but it's like... Literally just seeing what he's going to do is like that will bring it all together.
Right. I feel that. All right, so who's your favorite villain?
Favorite villain? Jeez, favorite villain. So we're talking anime.
Anything.
Dang,
bro.
Dang, favorite villain. Jeez, I did not think that one would be that hard. Jeez, I honestly, the weird part is. I might have to give it to Hit off of Dragon Ball Super, and I say that just because he's literally just doing his thing. I'm like,
he's a hitman.
Exactly. He's like, I'm just doing my job and whatnot. I am here for the sympathetics. I ain't here for the expression. I'm like, I'm here to do my job. I'm like, okay. And at least the fight between him and Goku, I'm like, okay.
I feel like he's. I might get some hate from our fans and other people out there, but I feel like he was a better. Antagonist than Jiren was.
I mean, I honestly, I kind of agree with you on that.
Jiren's cool, but we didn't get enough of like his backstory, or like we just got a very basic. I don't know. His character just it didn't hit for me, especially for like Dragon Ball. I don't care what anybody says. We've talked about this before on this podcast. Dragon Ball has story arcs. Dragon Ball has character development, and there's lessons that they all learn and stuff. And Jiren is like one of the most flat characters that's ever been introduced in the series. But for some reason, everybody likes him. Why? Just because he's a powerhouse.
It's just like, when you go to a club, you see that guy saying in the back, I'm too cool for school. Guy,
that's
like,
Jiren.
I'm the strongest motherfucker in here. It's like...
No, I could see that. It's a funny way to put it. All right, so what hero would you want to save you?
What hero would I want to save me? So I'm gonna actually have to take it back to One Piece, but actually say Zoro.
So if you're in trouble,
I want
Zoro.
3 sword style on my team, unless you know someone else that can hold a sword in their mouth. Unless you know someone who waits with their mouth.
That's a good question. This is a side question, but like, who do you think would win in a fight? Zoro?
Don't say it.
Or Afro Samurai?
Oh, Afro Samurai?
I was gonna say Shampoo, or I don't know.
Honestly, I would still have to give it to Zoro against Afro Samurai. Now, if it's what's his name from Samurai Champloo, I feel
the Berserker or the elegant one.
The Berserker.
Yeah, well, I forget. I'm going blank on their names right now too.
Yeah, Mugen. There we go.
Yeah.
Now him against Zoro, like that will be interesting, just because the way he fights, and he's
I can see that.
I forget what type of fighting style he also uses, but that combined against 3 sword style. Now Afro Samurai, I want him. Weirdly enough, I want to see him against Mihawk. Just because it's like that single sword style. Mihawk's blade is like it's no katana. Put it that way. So I want to see what Afro Samurai would do. I'm
starting to think of all these bad. All right, so are you familiar with Death Battle?
Death by
the YouTube stuff. They need to take some notes right now because I need to see like Rurouni Kenshin versus Mugen or something like that.
Yes.
There's some good fights within those katana users that would be really good.
Rurouni Kenshin versus not Mugen but
against the other one
name escapes me right now, but I want to see how that goes out.
They did a Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai. I mean, I saw it coming. This is spoilers if you guys ain't gonna go watch it, or if you were gonna go watch it.
I'm interested. Who
Jack won?
Jack won. Okay, okay.
Jack is okay. So Jack is one of my favorite comics of all time too. I say comics started off as a TV show. There is a comic for it, not written by Gendy Teradavatsky, but he did do a director's cut comic version. Anyways. One of my favorite heroes, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's just ridiculously strong. His sword is made by not one, but 3 gods. So it's like, all right, back to the questions. What hero would you not want to save you?
What hero would I not want to save me?
If you're in trouble, who are you going to be like, damn, it just got worse if they showed up?
Venom.
This is true. I'm actually going to come out of this.
I'd say that's the first person that came to my mind. It's like you can count him as a hero, as a villain. I don't know if I really would want him saving me, because then I'd have to question, are you really saving me? But
right. Or am I just your prey now? All right. What character would you want to be in a relationship with?
Dang, I gotta be careful what I say here.
This is true.
Dang,
this is fictional characters. Don't get jealous.
Dang, sheesh. Dang. See, okay. If you've seen Black Lagoon, then you know who she is, but I'd have to go with Revy. Revy is literally, on Black Lagoon, she's literally this badass 2-pistol been having, literally just a badass kind of talk smack and whatnot. So just because again, I need to be careful about what the hell I say.
You just the confident woman, bro. That's all you're saying.
Bro, I mean, more or less. She ain't afraid to back shit up.
Say less. All right, so I didn't ask this earlier because I knew I was going to ask it here, but what got you into comics in the first place?
Dang, so if I'm being honest, Game Boy Color Pokemon. And you know what? And Yu-Gi-Oh cards along with that.
Yeah.
Because I remember...
I mean, no, that's a lot of people's first introduction.
Game Boy Color, I had Red, I had Gold, Crystal, and whatnot. Then just collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards out the block, like I remember those days. Like
you started watching those shows because of those.
I started watching the shows. I started watching the manga. I'm like, okay,
reading manga. That's what's up. All right, so then, what do you dislike about comic culture? The people within it.
Me, if anything, don't be afraid to hear someone else's opinion, I guess. It's like, there are a whole bunch of different characters. There's a whole bunch of different villains.
We are a very passionate group of people. I understand what you're saying.
It's like, your favorite is not going to be everybody else's favorite. It's like, that's cool. Just understand that. It's everybody's going to have their own preference. And there's Marvel, DC, to a whole bunch of different anime. It's like, there's a whole bunch of characters. Everybody can have a favorite.
This is true. There's something out there for everybody.
Exactly.
I feel that. That's good.
But keep the passion. Keep the passion.
Right. What is the one thing you want in your collection? You collect?
I do, actually, man.
Okay. What's the one thing you don't have?
It's 2, because it's the same thing. So, ironically, my last, I think, birthday, my brother got me one of the styrofoam keyblades from Kingdom Hearts. Mm-hmm. So, side note, I am a Kingdom Hearts fan. So, I just want, if you've seen Kingdom Hearts 2, I want the Oblivion and the Oathkeeper keyblade. Okay. I'll rock that shit in a music video. Like,
you ever gone to, since we here in Texas, the...
Anime Matsuri, or...
they would definitely have it. No, I was actually just thinking the the
Renaissance
Festival, because they be making the stuff out there.
Yeah, I've been out there a few times. I saw one of them that they were selling. I honestly just did not have enough for it. I was like, I vowed to come back and get this.
People are really good at making that stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. I literally saw someone with one of the ones that I wanted, and he let me hold it, dude. I'm like, this shit was like, you thought it was real. I'm like, I am ready. Let's go. Try me. I am ready for it.
You right now. All right, then what, if you weren't doing music, what profession would you want to do?
I mean, so I'm not going to say too much about this, but since I write music, I'm a good writer as well, so I'm actually writing my own story for an anime as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I wasn't doing music, like it literally had to be like
have to
somewhere
send it my way
that.
when you get some stuff out for it, either
definitely.
concepts or whatever. We'll share it for sure.
Oh, definitely. Like I'm still just building it together, but I'll say a bit. So I'm trying to keep the anime in real life, just like how we're in 2020, kind of still have it progressing along with the years as well, which is a bit more difficult said than done, believe me. But basically, let's say a type of dimensional fissure happens that instead of heaven and hell being separated, they're inside this reality. While this happens, angels fly down into earth, demons and devils fly up into earth and whatnot. Fearing everything, God and the devil decide to seal heaven and hell off, but they can no longer go there. And so they're stuck here in this reality along with all the angels and demons that are here now. Along with that, when this dimensional fissure happened and like so many different things changed, like kind of think of it as a kind of even now that I think of it, how I'm not sure if it's Marvel or DC that had it like when the mutants genetic started really coming out and whatnot, kind of something like that.
It's more. Well, they both actually have their own versions.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just both of them the way that one of them does it. It kind of, I think it was DC. Yeah, because wasn't Vandal Savage like the first mutant? Yeah, so. Kind of even something like that, where when this dimensional fissure happens, gotta get information, man. It's like all this literally helps with the creativity, but it's like everyone around the world. So basically, certain people became a seed of good and a seed of evil. Certain people just stayed normal. The people with the seed of good basically has their own type of powers. The powers are gonna equate, or basically your zodiac sign is going to actually tell what kind of power. Zodiac's going from like with your main, your moon, and your rising. Those three are basically it's going to tell about what your power is. Along with that, if you know like in One Piece how they have hockey and everything, kind of something like that, where even if someone is not a seed of good, a seed of evil, because of this dimensional fissure happened, everybody believed that their soul was, you could say, kind of like a soul eater, like just your soul is just like a ball floating inside. It kind of, when this happened, everything switched. Your body is still kind of like it's inside your soul, and your soul is like the outside.
That's
so
cool.
It kind of enhances certain strength, but obviously you still gotta go through meditation, working on the physical. Exactly.
Gotcha.
But it made it so that way when this fissure happened, even normal humans could actually gain that type of power, and that's one thing I wanted to kind of keep along. One of the main things I wanted to kind of get underway with this anime is humans are more powerful than people think. Especially even in Full Metal Alchemist, how they did that. Just a normal human can actually be a lot more. And so, even part of when this anime is probably finally done, people are even kind of look at maybe gods versus humans in a different way. But don't want to say too much just yet.
No, that sounds like a super dope idea, bro. Like for real, I'm excited to be reading some of it when you get it. Definitely let me know. Definitely.
Thank you.
All right, last question. What? This is a hard one. I think. What era of comics would you live in if you could live in any era? So like American comics, like Golden Age, Silver Age, like the happy-go-lucky type Superman, Batman type era, or the more brooding era, or even an anime Is there like an era within that, like just age-wise that you would want to be in?
Really enough, no. I'm gonna say good where I'm at, and I say that's just because, like, even when you're going back to like Superman,
day, basically.
Yeah, just because it's like you from Superman and Batman, it's like you still see like that debate's always gonna be a thing. Who's really gonna win, Superman or Batman? Even to Superman versus Goku, all that, and it's just it's just like. It's just interesting to see, like, even the different superheroes, the different things that come out, and especially from like the past till now, to see how it all advances. That's the part that I like. I like how just literally when the world becomes more clear, I suppose you start seeing like the real superheroes, the real ones that actually like what are they doing this for, and especially over time, like we see more of like even Goku rather. He became, literally, if we're talking from Dragon Ball, didn't know he was a Saiyan. Now he's a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, on top of now Ultra Instinct. And just seeing that progress. That progress is
you
like...
You have more story to devour,
I think
much,
I'm an example of this as well, but I say a lot of us forget, like, that story, that progressing, that's the more important things than the destination. And granted, we're always caring about like where we get to. I know me for certain. There's always a goal I'm trying to get to, but that journey, the different adventures you can have, like if anything, like I like comics, anime. I thank it so much for that because it really helps you just appreciate the journey.
I mean, that's real, bro. I definitely appreciate that answer. That's a real answer.
Appreciate that, man.
You touched my heart a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I felt that. All right, before we sign off, before we get out of here, on your side, there actually should be a figure or something. Can you grab it for me? Is it there?
Let me see.
Yep, that right there. All right. Before we sign off and everything, we do have a giveaway. You guys, if you follow Comic Cave, subscribe, Comic Cave Podcast on YouTube, comment, like, hit the notification bell. You have a chance to win this Lee Bermayhew Batman. We are giving it away at 150 subscribers, and the more videos that you like and comment on, if you're already a subscriber, the higher chance you have of winning, because it's truly random on how we're picking. On that note, how can people follow you?
So you can always follow me on Facebook, IG. Always listen to my music on Spotify, iTunes. Got a lot of songs on SoundCloud. It's Abstract the God, all in one word.
Well, your Instagram is also Sage something. What was the Instagram?
So Sage or Third Ward. If you can't find it under Abstract the God, Third Ward, Houston, what's up? Y'all already know.
And this is the Comic Cave Podcast. I'm your boy Russ. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. Appreciate you. Peace.
Because back in the woods was peace. Roll my determination in the joint and take a puff before I fucking leave the niggas on the point. Hey, that's another note to read with my signature crooked like a key. I am not locked, my mind is open to the world. Words doing somersaults like a circle past the door. Hey, a passage from my nigga's book gave life to ones who couldn't look. Can't rely on motherfuckers, can't rely on they shit. Can't rely on dirty bitches, can't rely on they shit. Amen, my ego so godlike. Amen, I wrote songs and songs like this. The same nigga that called himself the trash. Yeah, this the same nigga driving hearses with the bag. Bitch, I am not here for you or your pussy. Hoes like you don't get me. Yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know. Yes, I know about your ways. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know your little game. I don't care to play. My muses are of different colors, but are shining like the gold plate in my face. So see the value in the gavels when I travel from the pallet, kicking gravel to your hassle, never judging with the mallet. Only break the idols when it's vital on a tile, just a mile up the Nile. Fear the title when Peter plays the only the living God, so appalled, standing tall, ignoring calls. Where you at? You a law, a voodoo doll, a fucking menace. Oh yeah, a living difference, a nigga, a mint.